Congratulations, you worked hard all your life, and now those sleepless nights are going to pay off. You, my friend, are about to buy a home in Southern California. No, not Compton, no, not Inglewood, and nothing is wrong with having a house in Compton or Inglewood. You can get a nice house in either of those places, but you're going to go live in the Palisades, and you have enough money to buy your dream house, to be around the people you would love to be, and raise up your kids in a multi-million-dollar neighborhood. Congratulations, you deserve it. So you spend that money on your home, and you do the smart thing that everyone is supposed to do when you live in an expensive area. Get home insurance. And of course, that home insurance should include fire insurance. But then either some act of God or somebody induces these billions of dollars of flames, and your home, unfortunately, is the one to go.
Carl, can you tell us when you did come back home, was anything at all left behind?
Oh, well, I mean, the house was totally intact when we went to the house at 1 in the morning or 1:30 in the morning. The power was out and I had to use my light off my cell phone to find stuff. But if we would have known that the house was still available all that time, we could have got a lot more of our memories and stuff out of the house. I mean, we lived in that house for 20 years. It was a great house. It was 100 years old. And I had letters from my father to my mother when he was a POW and stuff like that. My wife's mother just passed away. And go ahead and...
we had a lot of good memories in that house. And we were the collector and the stewards of our family. Yeah. And we had collected all of our parents and grandparents' memorabilia. And unfortunately, now it's all gone.
Yeah, everything's gone.
You know, Arla, well...
And if you see that older couple, they've been living there for 20 years. That home is 100 years old. And if you can hear what the guy is saying, he's pointing out that, hey, the home is still pretty much intact. It's just, if I'd known that it would be intact, I would have taken more of our stuff. He wasn't really worried so much about the valuables as far as monetary things, but letters his father had and his mother had, his wife, things that he would take with him the rest of his life, they're no longer there. But then Tariq Nasheed had a stream on this, and in particular, he discussed one of his friends who lives there, and this is what's going on.
How you doing over there?
I'm good, man. I just wanted to let you know we got power back today around about 4 o'clock.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? But I was just gonna say, I work out in Panorama City, and like you said, I could see the fires coming from, like, the whole sky was smoked out over there by, the Pasadena area. Yeah. Then the Santa Clarita Mountains, that was lit. And then, you could see it. So it was coming from like a triangle almost. But here's the thing and I don't know if you thought about this, but did you know that home fire insurance has been being canceled? People's policies is being canceled. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? I land my plane.
Thank you. Yeah, man, let me tell y'all something. These janky-ass insurance companies, my brother Reza Islam hit me up telling me about this earlier. He was like, check your insurance because these insurance companies are right now canceling fire insurance in the middle of a damn fire. These old scamming-ass, satanic-ass insurance companies in the middle of a damn tragedy, they're canceling people's fire insurance right now, just willy-nilly. See, and there's a reason why people look at that Luigi guy as a hero. You understand? When they do little stuff like that, and then what happens is some of these CEOs get ran down on from these insurance companies, and people are like, well, good riddance.
With a national emergency like this, people are being displaced, people are losing their valuables, celebrities are losing their homes. I heard like Diddy's ex-house got, inflamed. Jhené Aiko's house is gone. And just many peoples are having their lives turned upside down within just a week. And of course, there is this particular picture that came out. And if you can see this black man, he has some things that it appears he's like running around, right? He's running around and he looks like he's looting. He has a hoodie on, he has some goods, and he's trying to flee the scene. But if you notice, nobody is running after him. And well, why is this man running away when it looks like he's looting? First, Myron Gaines gets a hold of this picture. He says, oh look, it's blacks doing what blacks does best. Loot in times of chaos. I'm ashamed to share the same color as some of these stupid A jiggers. Okay? And this is repeated by White Paladine. Well, look who's looting. And of course, shout out to our good brother, Arthur Watkins Jr. I believe he's the head of the Freedmen's Bureau or the Freedmen's Society. Forgot what it was. He found out what this young man was doing was not looting, but this young man was actually helping people to get their things away from the fire. So while the fire departments are out there and they're understaffed, here you have a young black man risking his life. He's not getting paid for this. He's helping people save their valuables. And now Arthur Watkins responds to the person that made this claim. So basically, before I get to Arthur Watkins, open source intel, the page goes, reports indicate widespread looting in Los Angeles with at least 20 arrests. However, according to community notes, this specific video I shared shows people evacuating their homes. I apologize if the post caused any offense and have since deleted it. Arthur Watkins says, it's too late now. You have a large following, and his face is now widespread everywhere as a looter, which could negatively impact his livelihood and job opportunities. If this young man chooses to include you in his defamation lawsuit, that's his decision. I don't understand why lessons weren't learned from the Deadspin incident. Now again, this other guy by the name of Machiavelli, The Rise of Rod, he's also reposting this, talking about black people. To all the stupid N-words butt hurt in my comments over this post. Stereotypes are very real, and once you a-holes stop looting every effing chance you get, then I'll address you differently. Arthur Watkins says this guy, I guess this dude will not learn until we find this young man. Now, my mom used to always tell me it's very bad to judge a book by its cover. I want you to look at this guy, right? Let's look at him. Here's a pretty interesting look of this guy. If you were to see him walking down the street, I mean, he has like a shag. I mean, he looked like he could be an ex-pimp, a current pimp, a pastor or a pimp. I mean, this is a dude that, you know, if you would see him on the block, you don't know how to take him. You could easily mistake this particular guy, Mr. Charles Ramsey from Cleveland, Ohio, as a brother that's up to no good because he's black. Again, he has that shady shag at this time, and he looks like he's up to no good, right? Well, let's find out more about Mr. Charles Ramsey.
More on the man who helped rescue the three women. You just saw him, Charles Ramsey. Remember that name. Here's his account in his own words.
Heard screaming. I meet my McDonald's. I come outside. I see this girl going nuts, trying to get out of her house. I go on the porch, and she says, "Help me get out. I've been in here a long time." So we kick the bottom, and she comes out with the little girl, and she says, "Call 911." My name was Amanda Berry. The girl Amanda told the police, I ain't just the only ones. It's some more girls up in that house. They look like they have been fed in a long time, bro.
And you had no indication that there was anything?
Bro, not a clue that girl was in that house or anybody else was in there against their will. Because how he is he just comes out to his backyard, plays with the dogs, tinker with his cars and motorcycles. There's nothing exciting about him. Well, until the day.
What was the reaction on the girls' faces? I can't imagine to see the sunlight, to be around people.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here.
Hearing it straight from Mr. Ramsey.
That's right. Charles Ramsey is a neighbor who rescued Amanda Berry, Gina De Jesus, and Michelle Knight from Ariel Castro's house in Cleveland on May 6, 2013. You see, he was eating his McDonald's as he was saying. He didn't have nothing to do, another ordinary day. But you know what he did? Basically, he risked his life going to help these ladies. Now, if you were to look at him, you might think that he's the guy that's holding these women captive, but he's not. He's a good damn man. He's a good citizen of Cleveland. And I've never heard anything else bad about the guy. I've only heard good things about him. He got national attention and he was praised as a hero. But if you were to look at him, some people can misjudge him. Now, not really us as African Americans, because we know that our people can be good people and they can look like this. And then we also know that folks can look like this and be shady. But other groups like to misjudge any black person that wears a hoodie. A lot of folks want to misjudge any black person because they're young, or you know what, because they're by a scene and there's some toxicity going on in the area. Not every black person is a criminal or a looter. And to be honest, Myron, they're doing a lot more than what you're doing on the internet. You're somewhere in Florida, nowhere near California. You're not risking your life doing nothing except for making enemies online. And here you have a black man and black people who are out there. Most likely, he might not even be living in Palisades, okay? Or in these places where this fire is at. He's helping people. A lot of people who might not even be black, trying to make sure that their belongings are basically theirs. And why? Because a lot of these people who live there and own these houses are older. When you live in these neighborhoods, you know, millions of dollars, you're not like 20 living in the Palisades unless you're like Kai Cenat, you're a big time streamer. Most people are older. You know, you worked all your life and you invest in your nice house. You're an older person when you live here, okay? And that's how everything goes. But you got these young people out here who are willing to work with the fire department. That's why nobody was chasing them or trying to arrest them. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.